most dangerous weapon in D'Angelo Russell's arsenal. This guy is a problem for the defense.
Up top, Gobert. Claxton covering. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert.
The Nets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Randle from outside, nailed from three-point land.
Well, credit Julius Randle, off-season preparation trying to build the three-point range.
Johnson kicks to Russell. Wide open look. Again, the Nets for 2. The Timberwolves have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. A shot goes in, first of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards in the painted area is going to be a force. Size, strength, and hops. Look out.
Johnson outside. Back to Russell. Johnson with a screen on Conley. And it's Russell missing. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Conley against Johnson, and no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Outside Williams. Inside. And it's Williams with the jam.
What you love about D'Angelo Russell, he can impact winning with both his scoring and his passing.
Here's Edwards. Drives to the hoop. And he elevates for the slam dunk. Keon Johnson did not like that.
Oh, give me a little sauce, Anthony Edwards. Rise high and finish over the defender.
And that's life above the rim, courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Johnson. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game from past the arc. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Edwards passes to McDaniels. It's hauled in by Claxton.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
Here to put on the show, your Brooklyn.
Wilson, he's checked in for the Nets. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for McDaniels. Claxton with it. He has yet to score. Here's Wilson. That one's in, his first shot this game. And it's Conley with the ball for the Timberwolves. And there's Randle on the assist by Gobert. Randle's got his second basket of the night.
Well, that's Randle working in his comfort zone. You can see how confident he is on his ability to score inside.
Johnson kicks to Russell. Johnson sets the screen for Russell. Offline with his three.
That's not his spot, but given the lack of defense, you'd like to see him knock that one down.
And here's Edwards from the arc. Bangs home the trifecta. Edwards got 9.
The work that Anthony Edwards is putting in as a shooter is there. That range shot so important. Nice three-point look right there.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy Gobert continues to embrace the challenge of elite rim protection. He said competition is what it's about. Sometimes I'm going to get dunked on, and sometimes I'll get the block. But I'm not going to stop coming and doing what I do. I'll be there every time. Kevin?
David, just like you. Thanks so much. And here's Edwards. After Keon Johnson hitting the three, here's Gobert. Tries yet again, and that's 2 points on the layup.
You love the touch from Rudy Gobert. He's put a ton of work into his offensive game.
Nets trail by 4. Johnson outside. On the wing, Johnson. Outside, Wilson. Offensive rebound. Johnson kicks to Wilson. Takes the three. And the basket by Johnson. He's got 6.
Such a boost to this offense when this guy can knock down uncontested threes.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Edwards. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals. 5 for 8 in the game.
How about that handle? The dribble drive by Anthony Edwards, so tough.
Russell feeling it out a bit. And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
With 1 on the clock, the shot's good.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for Minnesota. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Timberwolves.
Tons of points off penetration so far, guys. They're driving at will on the defense, just taking whatever they want.
We've also seen them show a willingness to take advantage of the mid-range opportunities. The defense conceding these looks, and they're cashing in.
Williams is out there with Lewis. Then it's Sharp, and it's Clowney in at the power forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Alexander Walker. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
And not too long ago, Doris, there were such high hopes for the Nets' future.
I mean, think about it, Kevin. A few years back, people were talking about Brooklyn being a dynasty in the making. They were loaded with talent. And for a lot of reasons, it fell apart pretty quickly. How fine is that line between success and failure in the league? Incredible.
Minnesota in the lead, deflects the pass. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Up top, Sharp. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Clark. A moment here now to see the numbers for Mike Conley.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his performance these last 10 games is his effective field goal percentage, which has improved, a sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
Pass to Clowney. A miss that time would have put him up.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's McDaniels. Connects from three-point range. McDaniels got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Who is outside to the left wing. Back to Williams. There's the pick. Good for another basket for him. Number 4 today. He's 4 of 8.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
A nice shot by McDaniels. McDaniels got 5 points now in the quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. When a team, Doors, is on a losing streak, what lessons can be learned from that?
Now, Kevin, you know this. Losing streaks seem to be inevitable in the NBA. The season is too long to go through without some adversity. What I think you learn is grit and how to keep fighting even when you don't have your best game available.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Gobert, he's checked in for McDaniels. Edwards comes in for Clark. And Dillingham subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. Outside Edwards. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
To the middle. Johnson, the pass to Claxton. Kicks it out to Johnson. And he hits it to tie the game up. Johnson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Watford with it. He's against Reed. Left side, Martin. Claxton finds Watford. And the Nets, another 3.
Well, the defense daring him to shoot, and he makes them pay for their disrespect.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Here's Edwards. The muscle from Edwards.
Well, Anthony Edwards came into the league with a reputation as a scorer. He is starting to hum a little bit right here.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Brooklyn making some changes. Johnson comes in for Martin. And it's Russell in for Trendon Watford. And the Timberwolves also making a change. McDaniels checked in. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. And the slam dunk by Russell.
D'Angelo Russell rises up and drops the hammer.
Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
And just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
Brooklyn Nets come into this one after a win against the Mavericks in Dallas. Nets passing it around. Johnson kicks to Lewis. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Edwards against Johnson. Edwards, no good.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Johnson outside. Pass to Russell. Here's Claxton. Johnson kicks to Lewis. 5 on the clock for 3. They grabbed their own miss. Claxton laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Nets lead by 2.
This guy is just working his tail off on the boards. You love the effort, love the energy.
Here's Reed. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Yeah, Naz Reid has a power aspect to his game. Size, strength, the ability to score through contact.
Minnesota shooting their first foul shot of the night.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
And the Nets making a change here. Williams is checked in. Free throw, no good for Reid.
Naz Reid is the perfect modern big man. He can stretch you to distance. He will rebound consistently, but he can also put it on the deck and catch you off guard if you let him.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." And Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. And that one drops.
Boy, Naz Reid able to concentrate and finish despite incredible defense.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Russell with the drive. Reid with the rebound. Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against Dallas. For three, Edwards. Edwards with confidence.
Every aspect of Anthony Edwards' game is on display. This guy has been cooking from the outset.
Now, here is Russell. Jacks up a three. No good on the last second attempt there. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Timberwolves lead by 2. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn.
Fans, please direct your attention to the center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll. They're thinking about the shot. Give it up for our contestants.
Hey everybody. Psst. I got a secret. We're approaching the playoffs, and we are starting the show with a breakdown of the Western Conference standings.
You look at the Timberwolves, they've been just solid at times, and at other times they've been awesome. Fun team to watch when everything's in sync. Are they a true championship contender? We'll see.
Getting to that first half of action from Minnesota, they find themselves in the middle of a tight one.
When you look at how they're getting their points, a good portion comes from inside. They're going right at the defense.
I like the aggressiveness. Don't lose steam in the second half.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on them from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, he's in a great rhythm, looking comfortable and confident.
And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets, trailing by 2 on the court for Minnesota. Conley and Edwards are the guards. Julius Randle is out there with Jaden McDaniel. And it's Gobert in at the center. Minnesota's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land, 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. And those advanced numbers, Doors, they show Rudy Gobert is historically great.
Kevin, I love that you are an analytics lover, but for me, it's about the eye test. Rudy Gobert has won the Defensive Player of the Year on more than one occasion. He's played on winning teams, and he's been an integral part of their success. He is one of the all-time great defenders we've seen.
Edwards, no good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Williams, that's good. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Fires from 18. That one good for 2. 21 points for Anthony Edwards.
And it's really good to see Edwards knock down the mid-range jumper. He continues to work on becoming more consistent from that area.
Here's Johnson. Rebound, Minnesota. Gobert's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's McDaniels. Rebounded by the Nets.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
Conley against Russell. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
This guy an effortless scorer. Outside, inside, in between. Dynamic scorer is D'Angelo Russell.
Here's Edwards. Inside, Edwards finishes strong.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup.
All right, fans. It's time for the dance tank. Get ready to dance like everybody's watching. Everybody get there. Come on. You must have left her dancing shoes at home. I can never unsee that.
And now you see the 2K leaderboard. Not only have these teams caused a lot of turnovers over the last 10 games, but they've scored off them as well. In the 3rd spot, the Timberwolves.
Just a terrific job over this stretch of forcing turnovers and capitalizing. They'd love to continue that trend.
Johnson outside. Russell against Conley. Outside Williams. Pass to Claxton. And it's Russell in the corner. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
Well, to me, this is where D'Angelo Russell distinguishes himself. He understands that when he can score it, he's going to be aggressive.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Russell kicks to Johnson. Back to Russell. Steps back and fires. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Timberwolves have gone 3 of 6 in the 3rd quarter, 50% from the field. Edwards can't hit.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
Johnson can't hit. Minnesota's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. Gobert tried to get open, and the basket by Edwards. Edwards got 25 points.
Man, that strength and concentration from Anthony Edwards. Yes, there's contact, doesn't bother him.
Here's Johnson. Edwards with the block. Randall outside. And he drops it in from the low post. Now it's a 4-point Minnesota lead.
Guard him big, guard him small. Julius Randle is so crafty on the interior, it matters not. He's going to finish.
Here's Russell, and he drives in. Johnson dishes to Johnson. Russell passes to Claxton. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Timberwolves leading by 4. Here's Edwards. Rebound by Williams.
Listen, if you're that wide open, you have to take the shot, even if it's not your favorite.
And it's Jaden McDaniels with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.
Now on the court, it's your squad. Get loud and let them hear you. Who wants a t-shirt? Come on!
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Outside, Russell. Pass to Sharp. Russell inside. Defended by DiVincenzo. Lewis passes to Russell. Shoots over DiVincenzo. Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Russell.
All right, defensively now, you've got to find a way to slow this guy down because he's putting it to you.
Shots good by Alexander Walker.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. Russell from deep three-point territory. From beyond the arc and then some. Russell's got 11 points here in just the second half. Charity stripe shot. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
43 seconds left in the third. Here's Russell for the tie. Reid with the rebound. Reid's got his 4th rebound in this one. From 10 feet out, no good from Clark.
Boy, a clean, close look. What a missed opportunity.
Here's Lewis. DiVincenzo with the rebound. Timberwolves leading by 3. Here's Clark. Makes it off the glass. Clark's got his first points of the game.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Russell with the bucket. Just 4 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Alexander Walker. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. The Timberwolves on top, up 2. And don't go away. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for the Minnesota Timberwolves. The lead is 2. They've got Lewis. He's out there with Martin. Wilson out there with Sharp. And it's Clowney in at the power forward position. So that's the Nets' 5.
First team.
Now Martin. Outside Wilson. Pass to Clowney to take the lead. Reid with the rebound. Reid's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. DB, ever since winning the most improved player back in 2021, Randall has stayed scoring at an incredible clip.
Yeah, Kevin, what makes this guy such a difficult matchup is his size and the ability to drive it. And now what you've seen is this evolution into a legit threat from three-point territory. He is such a difficult cover.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
Guys, what you love about Julius Randle is the well-rounded nature of his game. Because he works so hard on his shooting ability, it makes his dribble drive that much more dangerous.
Edwards looking it over. And finished off by Edwards.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in, build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Pass to Lewis. Fires from deep. And the Nets miss again.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature.
I think his teammates understand that Anthony Edwards has every aspect of his offensive game working, so let's make sure he's got the basketball.
Nets trail by 7. And here's Martin. Outside Wilson. Now here's Sharp. Up and in on the layup.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to do better defensively. Pretty dime there, the kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
They've shown no let-up. Penetration, knife it inside. The defense has to tighten it up if they want to slow this team down.
I think the other thing they've done exceptionally well tonight is shoot the mid-range and take advantage of those opportunities. Anytime they're given a look, they have delivered.
Here's Johnson. Pass to Clowney. Now Watford. A 3-ball. Reed with the rebound. Timberwolves leading by 7. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
Well, you love that they've been able to rely on him time and time again. You love the effort here late.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Johnson against Clark. 6 on the shot clock. From 17 feet out, Johnson can't get it to go.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more?
And that one is good.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Johnson. Sharp with a screen on Clark. Johnson, a wide open look. A three-pointer is right on target.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He has decided it's the right time to talk. Some changes here for the Timberwolves. Rudy Gobert is checked in for Reed. McDaniels comes in for Clark. And Mike Conley subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch told the team. He told them, don't look at the scoreboard. We have to play like we're tied. They want their team to sustain that level of effort. See how it works out. Kevin?
Okay, David, thanks. Takes a step back. Here's Russell. Banked in off the glass. Russell's got 25 points in the game.
And this is what D'Angelo Russell does out here, right? He's a dynamic scorer who doesn't lack for confidence.
Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. And here's Edwards from the arc. Goes back up. Gobert, no good. Nets trail by 9. Back to Russell from outside the arc. Again, Russell missing. Minnesota's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well.
Boy, defense has no answer for Anthony Edwards' athleticism. What a dunk.
.152 left in the fourth. Russell against Conley. Nifty move. Russell with the bucket.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking, jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
Edwards, no good. A second chance effort, and the layup is up and in. Edwards got 12 points now in the quarter.
Boy, Edwards so... good in close. This guy has got touch and strength, everything you could ask for.
Here's Russell. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
Well, he's been shooting it so well because he's been so active, moving and working to get high percentage shots.
Here's McDaniels. The three-pointer, no good. Nets trail by 9. Russell with it. Conley picks him up. It's stolen by Edwards. 1:06 left in the fourth quarter. Lets it go from deep. It's good from long range. Edwards got 40 points.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Timberwolves.
They really had it going, guys. Their offense propelled them.
In this case, it was the higher shooting percentage that made the difference and earned them the W.
And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Anthony Edwards.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
Here's Edwards, and he elevates for the slam dunk. Keon Johnson did not like that.
Conley is like a second coach on the floor. His guys are open. I promise you he'll get them the ball.
Randall from outside. It counts. So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Mike. The game is flowing for you. What is it like to be on a win streak like this?
Well, the game's just back to being easy again, you know, just making the right plays, playing off of the teammates, and guys are just really being unselfish. And it's easy for me to play in that style, and it's fun to be around.
You sure look like you're having fun, man. Thanks very much. Back to you.
Much appreciated, David. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now, our player of the game, Anthony Edwards.
Super Saiyan, subiendo de level como Sandel Saya. En las Olimpiadas con todas las medallas. Van a extrañarme el día que me vaya. Todos los tuyos quieren tirar la toalla. Young Kings, baby. Santurce. PR.
Styles incomplete on the beat, you know. Ride around with a
Downtown Los Angeles. That's the location for the Warriors. One of the league's great competitors. You know Jimmy Butler has his team ready to play as they game plan for another chapter in the Lakers-Warriors rivalry in Los Angeles. Warriors, Lakers. Only on 2K Sports.
I'm just saying, I make this in 2 days. It is evident I do better win. I feel like the world against me and think I should never win. Can't stop it, pocket profit, every hard to pussy me. He had to get it out the mud and rise up out the sediment. Catch me early like Sunday school. Sunday school. Pastor play with the fool. Me, I just keep it cool. He tell me dirty. Ask for my dirty money. Talking wash away my sins like Jesus opened the laundry.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the NBA on Thursday night. We're bringing it to you live here on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. Courtside with two ex-NBA stars, Grant Hill and Brent Barry. I'm Brian Anderson. We've got Allie LaForce on the sidelines tonight as well. Looking now at some numbers for LeBron James.
And he's gone cold over the last 10 games, guys. His scoring numbers are down, and he can't seem to get out of this rough patch. He's got to get himself going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
Let's take a look at our starters for the Golden State Warriors. Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Moody is out there with Jimmy Butler, and it's Green in at the 5. And for Los Angeles, at the forward slots, it's LeBron and Hachimura. Luka Doncic is out there with Austin Reeves, and it's Hayes in at the 5, down low. Well, Grant, what should we expect in a veteran-heavy matchup like this?
You know, B.A., it typically means we'll get a clean game. These guys have been around for a while and know how to take care of the basketball.
So Golden State will get the first possession. Here's Green, and it's hammered home by Green.
For all the things that Draymond does, when he gets dunks, it makes him even more excitable.
Now Los Angeles with it. And there's James from the arc. Connects from downtown.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Now Curry Coming off a solid outing against Memphis. Here's Podziemski. Doncic with a block. Pass to James. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
Forget his age. LeBron is still one of the strongest players in the league.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I did briefly speak with J.J. Redick. I asked him outright how he planned to deal with Steph Curry. How does anyone deal with him? Coach joked. He went on to say, we'll try to contest every shot and chase him off the arc, but emphasis on try. Not easy to solve a problem with no good solution, I guess, B.A.
All right, Allie, thanks once again.
Never get tired of LeBron James in the air doing wonderful things.
On the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, good looks by our terrific camera crew. Well, Grant, even though it looks like LeBron could play forever, he stated that he doesn't have much time left.
Well, it's unbelievable that he's sustained this level of excellence for as long as he has. I would be surprised if we see this type of longevity ever again.
Now, here is James. He's got 7. He drops it from range.
Defense shaking their heads. No idea how to stop him in this quarter. He's got him on the ropes.
Outside Butler. Pass to Podziemski. Moody with it. James is there. Moody misses. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 4 from the floor. Perfect start. From deep, here's Doncic. And Los Angeles, another 3.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
To the middle. Here's Curry. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Curry's got his second basket on the night. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. From behind the arc. And there's Doncic. That's good. On the assist from James.
I just love the ball movement.
Warriors trail by 9. Curry passes to Green. Now here's Moody. Outside Curry. And that makes him 3 for 4. He's looking good.
Well, not just from deep. Steph Curry, one of the best guard finishers around the rim.
Oh, it's stolen by Butler. Moody with it, working on Hachimura. And the ball out of play. Lakers will have it. And the Lakers making a change here. Finney-Smith's checked in. Los Angeles leading by 7. From deep, Reeves. The rebound by Moody. Golden State has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Podziemski. James with the block. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. Off the inbound. Curry, no good.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Now, here is James. 10 points for him. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Grant, how about that in-season tournament win for the Lakers in 2024?
Yeah, honestly, it just makes sense that the first of those trophies would land with a historic franchise like the Lakers.
Jimmy's such a well-conditioned athlete, using that vertical he has to get up and throw it down.
James can't get it to go. Warriors trail by 5. Tipped away. Fast break. Here come the Lakers. He goes up and slam dunk by James.
Huge size disadvantage for the defense. Might as well just get out of the way.
So it's the Warriors now. The Lakers beat them last time when these two met in Los Angeles.
Last time, free throw shooting was their kryptonite. Just could not keep pace.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Checked in for the Lakers. And the Warriors will go with a different look here. And we always like to take this chance to show you the scoring leaders from the last 10 days of action. Luka Doncic 4th.
He's been on an absolute tear offensively. He's found something that's working for him, and he's sticking to it.
A minute 50 left in the first. Here's Spencer. Hield for three. Finney-Smith pulls it in. Los Angeles leading by 7. Pass to Hayes. Hay expanding his range. First shot won't go. And here's Kuminga. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. They come into this one having outplayed the Grizzlies last time.
They were so consistent from the three-point range in that one, and that's a nice weapon to have as a visiting team.
Yeah, the interesting part was they kept firing away in that game, but the defense didn't make much of an adjustment.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, Coach Steve Kerr said of Jonathan Kuminga, we were trying really for a long time to get him to attack, get the ball in the paint and dunk it because he's unstoppable there. You just don't know when something's going to click, but it has clicked, and it's beautiful to see.
He has certainly found his lane, Allie. Thank you. Now, here is James. He had 16 in the win against Houston.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Here's Hield. Outside Kuminga. Pass to Spencer. Takes a three. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Hayes has got 4 rebounds now. James outside. Buries it down low. James has got 20 points.
It's been a dominant night for him, staying productive throughout.
Warriors trail by 12. Here's Spencer. Pass to Butler. A shot to stop the run. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. The Lakers on top. They lead by 12. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And for the Lakers, this has been the game they wanted to have.
On the front foot, really right off the tip. They've been ruthless offensively.
Well, just taking it right at the opposition and the other team right now. No answers and no way to slow them down.
So on the floor for Golden State, Curry and Hield to the sharpshooting backcourt. Trace Jackson-Davis out there with Jonathan Kuminga. And it's Post in at the center position. Now here's Finney-Smith. Offline with a baseline jumper.
He just couldn't finish the job that time. And too bad, because it was a nice look.
Outside Hield. They get the rebound.
And this is something he does all too well. Great position for the putback there.
And I like how he doesn't think twice about passing it out. Just going right for the slam.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
Here's Finney-Smith. Sinks that one after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Even with the score as it is, he just keeps coming at you.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
On the take, and that one is stuffed right through.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
And so J.J. Redick calls for the timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Lakers making a switch here. Brent, a significant game tonight with serious playoff implications on the line.
You could just feel it in the atmosphere, right, PA? Even us coming in, you saw a lot more fans outside of the building. They're here early. They're watching the warm-ups. The players seem like they're locked in. Those coaches meetings we had even had some intensity to them. So I'm fired up to be sitting here with you to watch this one.
Now here's Vanderbilt. No made baskets yet. And here's Doncic outside. And his first miss of the night. Now 2 of 3. Warriors trail by 7. Outside Kuminga. Pass to Jackson Davis. Curry against Vanderbilt. Curry from inside.
Well, you give Curry a point-blank shot. That's just too easy.
Finney Smith passes to James. The 3 is up. And it's Stephen Curry with the rebound.
After scoring with ease in the first quarter, he's really cooled down a bunch here.
The Lakers lead by 5. Doncic feeling it out a bit. Doncic, count it!
Along with everything else, Doncic is a knockdown three-point shooter.
Yeah, Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, BA, from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times. And now he's dropped 2 3-pointers in each quarter.
And a deep 3 from Curry. That won't go either for Curry.
His touches left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
There's the strength of the king.
Incredible feel for the game. LeBron knows when it's his job to set the tone offensively.
Warriors trail by 13. Outside Curry. With some arc. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And in their last game, he really distinguished himself at the free throw line.
Hachimura's checked in for the Lakers. Vincent comes in for James.
Yeah, so easy to root for Stephen Curry because of how much fun he seems to have on the floor. Embraces the competition, but is able to laugh it off when something doesn't go his way. A lot of things do, though.
Now here's Curry. He's got 12. Outside, Green. Butler surveying the floor. Just 5 on the clock. And the Warriors miss again.
I admire the play call. They just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
They're running the floor like he's still in his 20s. LeBron smoking defenders who are trying to get back.
Doncic, no good. And Curry's got the ball here for the Warriors. A 12-point game. No luck on that one. It's stolen by Curry. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. This game following their win against the Rockets.
Yeah, they eked that one out. I mean, the execution was spotty. They were lucky to come away with the win.
We talk about gutsy wins, and on a night like that in the last game where they just did not shoot it well, that's a steal during a regular season.
Hayes is checked in for Los Angeles. Reeves comes in for Vincent. And Golden State also making a switch. Heald's checked in for Stephen Curry. James, no good on the free throw.
It feels like there's been a crossover where basketball fans over the past 2 seasons are really appreciating the longevity and greatness of LeBron James.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, the Warriors play a unique style predicated on passing and cutting off the ball. Stephen Curry said the main goal is to just force the defense to make as many decisions as you can. So with all that ball movement and body movement, they're going to mess up at some point, right?
Well, it helps having a weapon like Stephen Curry. Thanks, Allie.
Even with all the threes he nailed in the first quarter, the defense still hasn't made the proper adjustments.
Oh, tough work inside from Butler.
They don't call him Jimmy Buckets for nothing.
Los Angeles leading by 13. The 3.